Hello, 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 all these beautiful people. You, that means you. I'm talking about you. You're a beautiful person. Yes, you are. I believe it. Don't you know it? All right, here we go. This is video. I'm Nubian King living in Israel. I'm making this video today because I have been asked, what is it like living in Israel as a black man? All right. What is it like living in Israel as a black man? It has been very interesting, to say the least. It's been quite interesting. So let's give you a little background. I joined the Hebrew community in Atlanta, Georgia back in 1979, 78, 79. And in 1981, I came to Israel. I landed in Ben Gurion Airport May 15, 5:40 in the afternoon, 1981. This year, 2021, May 15, made 40 years of being over here in the Middle East. Since that time, I've been in and out of Jordan, Egypt, over here in the Middle East, doing my thing. I've lived in Africa, West Africa, Nigeria, Liberia, Benin, Togo, Egypt. You know, everybody go there, visit the pyramid. I had a sister that lived in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. I would jump down there for vacation, hanging out in Ethiopia, which was a grand slam. Loved it. Man, had a ball. Then I was in Brussels dealing with some minerals. You know, you go to Brussels, you sell minerals you get. I was in London for a moment. We was doing business in London, selling minerals I got out of Africa. Then I was in Moscow, Nostrovia. Met some people over here in Israel, some Russians. There's a lot of Russians over here, so many Russians. So I went to Moscow. Svetlana. Svetlana, what's going on, girl? All Svetlanas are exceedingly beautiful and fine and sexy. Svetlana. Now, for me, what has been like a black man living in Israel for 40 years, it's been interesting to say the least. Interesting. So let's get to the nitty gritty. I know you don't want to hear all the pretty stuff. You want to hear the real deal. First thing, I wish the hell I'd have never came over here. You want to be real? There are days I wake up and say the greatest mistake I ever made in my life was coming to Israel. Because I'm not with my people. It's always best to be with your own people. A visit, yeah, great. Go do a visit. But not to live. I have felt for 40 years like I've been out of place. Why I didn't turn around and go back? Long story, short story, however. I could have done that. I came with the Hebrew community that was, you know, in Atlanta real strong back in the day. And, you know, we came saying this is our land. We're going to build along the way the kingdom of God on earth. Well, that didn't turn out the way we wanted it. Ben-Ami dead, Nasi Shalig dead, Nasi Elkanan dead, Nasi Rakamin dead, Nasi Keskao dead, Nasi Akieza dead, Nasi Abba. You know, a lot of the greats is gone on. And what's left now is a bunch of brothers and sisters doing the same thing day in and day out. Because it wasn't a situation where someone else would be risen up in the spirit of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and lead the people. So the people just there. But nevertheless, something happened that caused me to decide that I need to break away and go on and live my life. That is not what this video is about. This video is about what it's like for me living in Israel, and that's what I'm focused on. I just gave you that little background to let you know how I got in Israel with the Hebrews. And it didn't work out, and I boogied on. You know, this ain't what happened to the Hebrew. This is what it's like living in Israel for me. So it has not been comfortable. I've been putting up with it. I didn't leave because I had 6 wonderful children. They're all adults now. And I wasn't just going to run away from them. And so I've had to, as a black man, just roll with it. I don't feel comfortable. This is not our land that we're in control of right now. Now, we got brothers and sisters in the Hebrew community. They say this is our land, and they go in the Bible and they show you all the reason why. But we're not in control of this land. These people are. And they are not in no way, shape, form, or fashion interested in letting it go. That's why they stay hella loaded up military, security, and always watching and listening for any one person, group of people, movement to try to take it from them. They locked and loaded 24/7, ready to rock and roll. As a matter of fact, where I'm driving here now is an area between Gaza, Israel, and Egypt, where they built a wall around the entire city of Gaza, 25 miles long, 7 mile wide at the north end, 3 mile wide at the south end, and the wall goes up to 300 feet deep in the ground, solid concrete and steel. Spent 4 years doing it to keep the Palestinians out of Israel. 7 meters above ground, a high tensile steel where you just can't cut it with a grinder. You know what I'm saying? A disc or a torch. It takes special equipment just to cut through it. 7 rows of barbed wire facing Gaza, 3 rows facing Israel to keep their enemy out. What you gonna do? So this video is not about all that. Just telling you a little bit tidbits of stuff, you know, so you can understand. It's not been comfortable for me because these people are in control of this land and they do it for themselves. That's not to say that I can't do it. It's to say the system is set up for them and they get the benefit. They help each other out. They work good with each other. And when I walk through the door, how you doing? All the benefits that Yaakov get, David, Yosef, and Menachem, I don't never know about them because I'm not one of them. But Yaakov, David, Menachem, Yosef, they walk through the door and tell them, okay, this. Unless I run into an Israeli with another kind of spirit that's willing to say it, I'm not going to get it. Now, I've opened 3 auto detail shops here and a construction company. I did okay for a season, but the reason why it wasn't perpetual is because a lot of things I just didn't know and nobody was willing to tell me in the days that I was operating. Now I know, and I've made friends with certain Israelis that know that will tell me, but that's after the fact. Business is closed. I've been able to do okay so far as living and being here. You know, that was a mean struggle in the very beginning because when we came here, the Hebrews, I was part of the Hebrew community, they wanted to put us out, so we were instructed to renounce our American citizenship. So that meant that put us stateless. We had no country that we were a citizen of. So we were people in Israel that were stateless. And damn, did the Israeli take advantage of it, because we didn't have jobs and we had no health service, social service. We were just raw on our own, Hebrews. And so we depended heavily on America, the missions over there, Chicago, DC, Atlanta, to send us funds. And it was rough, man. Now, Israelis that knew we didn't have no status in the land would come by and give us what you call kablanut, day jobs. You know, you do the work and you get paid at the end of the day. They never paid us. They run off with the money. You know, you do the work and you waiting on your money and your money never show up. They took full advantage of that. You talking about ruthless? Oh, damn. And we had wives and children, you know, babies need to be fed. And we done worked all day, 12 hours in the hot sun. Bandit done ran off with the money. Don't give a damn. Why? What were we gonna do? We wasn't in Israel. We went out of Israel. We just bodies over here with no legal connection to the state of Israel whatsoever. We were stateless. And damn, did they take advantage of it. Man, whew, good God Almighty. That's shit y'all don't know. Talking about Jews. Man, please. So it ain't been no easy lick over here. Then, by me being a black man, so for social society, nah, man, they ain't trying to set me up in their house and, you know, kick it with they girls and all that kind of shit. So I don't have a nice selection of female companionship. After my wife and I divorced 22 years, I've been single every day. And it don't look no time soon like I'm going to be able to find someone here. Definitely not no Israeli, because if you talking about white people that don't understand black people, boom, there you go. You know, they have their own way of looking at black people and Africans, and it ain't good. You know what I'm saying? And that's due to the negative stereotype they've been fed from the media and their friends and everybody else. It's not fashionable to say anything positive about a black man. It's not fashionable to say anything positive about an African man. It's not fashionable to say anything positive about black people. So we have black men lived under negative stereotypes for years. And so, you know, they don't see us as someone they would want to fellowship with. You understand? Not on no broad scale. You can find that here and there, one or two, you know, you'll find, you know, you work with somebody, they get to know you, ask questions, they get a better understanding. But everything Israelis know about black folks is negative, partner. You can sing and dance and shit like that, play some sport. Outside of that, they don't see you doing anything, you know, intelligent. You know, you get that broom and clean up and shit. You know, that's what the Ethiopians doing. The majority of the Ethiopians, they're cleaning up the country. When I come through, crane operator, computers, you know, what? I worked at this company operating big cranes. I came out of Miami, local 487B, International Union Operating Engineer, OSHA certification, forklift certification, all type crane certification, unlimited, swing cab, tower crane, hydro crane, crawler crane. And then I walk up in this company, the biggest company in this country, Manofe Avi, and I could feel the energy that they was like, what the hell? I remember, I'll tell you something funny. The very first day I went to the main garage here in Load, I drive up in the company car, but I park in the parking lot. So I get out and I walk around. I got to go to the garage to get some more work clothes. They provide work clothes. So when I walk in there, it was this Israeli saying, hey, the broom over there, you need to sweep this up. What? I look at him, I say, what? He said, get the broom, sweep that up. Them old regular run-of-the-mill heathen, what the hell is you talking about? Get the broom, sweep what up? I look at him like, nigga, please. And he's staring at me like, clean up, what you doing? There's the broom. Then ask me, boo stank shit, what's your name, where you from, why you here, what you doing? First time he sees me, I mean, right off the rip, hey, the broom over here, sweep this up. Who am I? You don't even know me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying it's so heavily ingrained in their psyche of what we as a people, the very first time, he don't even know me. I just stepped around the corner into the shop. He looked and saw a black man say, hey, get the broom and sweep this up. I said, what? I looked at him like, nigga, please. And so I went on back there and came out with all these stack of clothes. He looking like, who is this guy? And when they saw I'm a crane operator, I literally had guys stop and staring at me. Like, what the hell is that nigga doing in that crane? Seriously. Oh, you think I'm joking? So, anyway, yeah. And so I could feel the energy, man. They would be standing over there, peeping around the corner, trying not to let me see them staring at me operating the crane. And they was like, what the hell? And so one day I was in the personnel office and I was talking with the personnel manager, the girl that, process all the new employees. And I asked her, I said, hey, do y'all have any other black crane operator? She stopped and looked and she said, no. And we've never had, y'all never had a black crane? She said, no, you are the very first one and only one we ever had operating cranes. And damn it, them heathen let me feel it. They couldn't hide it. That they were so incredibly shocked to see the black man operating the crane. I told you that guy, as soon as I stepped around their corner, hey, that a broom, I need you to sweep this up. Like, I mean, the hell is you see what I'm saying? He was just so confident that the black man is there to clean his trash up. Never seen me. And that's what he tell me, get the broom. Oh, you think that's something? Look, let me tell you this. When I tell you the Israelis are not used to black people doing this high level work, let me tell you something. I studied at DeVry Institute of Technology in Atlanta, Georgia. I got my electronic communication papers. I got the electronic technician. I got all of that high level training. So I come to Israel. And I go to this place, IAI, Israeli Aircraft Industries. So this is some real special stuff. So these guys is working on high-level aircraft technology, the fuselage, all different things up in there. Now, this was before I got my security clearance. But the fella that owned the company was so impressed with my conversation, he gave me a shot to fix some equipment that they could not repair. Believe it or not, I mean, this may sound unbelievable, but the very company, Digital Equipment Corporation, that I worked with in Norcross, Georgia, was the company that manufactured those boards. We designed, assembled those boards, and shipped them around the world. I wind up over here in Israel, and the company, IAI, that I'm working with, got the very damn boards we made in America, in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm the repair technician, the engineer working on the damn board. I still remember the codes, the address bus, the data bus, the IC chip, all of that stuff. Remember it by heart, because we did a lot of repair, a lot of them boards. So here's the board right here in Israel. But these technicians couldn't repair it. Why? Because it's a multi-layered, hella different, complicated piece of equipment. And so we devised a technique in America as to how to determine what is the fault. But we never told nobody. I come to Israel, I still remember the codes in my head. So I get to working, And the dude, you know, he discovered that I know the board, IRMA, IRMA. Over here in Israel, they call it IRMA. In America, we call it IRMA. So in the conversation, we missed. Initially, he didn't know until I went to his house and we sitting on the couch and I told him I know the president of the company. And I picked the phone up and called the president of Digital Equipment Corporation. His name was Bert Nordine. I called Bert, he answered the phone. Daryl, what are you doing in Israel? Working, you know. So I asked a few things about the board, and while I was sitting there next to the Israeli that owned the company here in Israel, I was doodling on the paper and I wrote the letters IRMA. And the Israeli saw it, he said, what? He said, IRMA. He said, you know how to work? Whoa. And so I finished up with the president on the phone. And the Israeli looked, he said, hey, you know this board? I said, no. I said, we developed the board. What are you talking about? He said, oh man, I got a ton of them boards we can't fix. Because America sent the boards, but they didn't send the keys that, you know, we knew. So I said, you got these boards. I made an arrangement that guy, for every board I repaired, he would pay me $150 US. You can't imagine how much money it was back in the day. And I knew them babies by heart. And so he went with me because of my conversation. The conversation was too strong for him to walk away. He's a businessman. He got this equipment none of his technicians can repair. So here's a guy coming from America, black guy, but he still in his mind really don't believe it. I'm gonna tell you how I found out. He still just could not believe that I actually knew what the hell to do, because I'm a black man. I'm gonna show you how he revealed that he really wasn't believing me 100%, but my conversation was too strong for him not to deal with me. You understand? So anyway, we set up a laboratory, special laboratory in a building that they had other engineers designing and doing stuff. His lab, he set up specially for me. He rented, took it, and we loaded up with equipment, everything I need. And then he brought the boards over, and when he was ready, he told me. And so I went over one morning. And then when I was walking in the building at 8 o'clock, there was some more Israelis going in the building. And they stepped up, went in, and they was in there, and I came through. And again, these guys said, hey, the broom and mop is in this room. The dude opened the door. He said, you can get all the cleaning supplies right here. And so I just stood there and looked. I said, okay, nice. And I walked by him and went in the office. And as I turned to go in the office, I looked back at him. He's standing like, what the hell? Where you going? And so I went on in the office and started, you know, repairing the boards and everything. And I could tell, see, the way I was situated, I could see the front door. I could see the office. I could see out the window. And so I could see it was just a constant traffic going back and forth by that door. What it was those Israelis looking in there to see what the hell is this Negro doing? Okay, and so the owner, he hadn't arrived. You know, he gave me the keys, and I went over. They set the office up, so I got there and I started working on the board. By the time he got there, I had about 5 or 6 of them fixed up, running, burning in, and going through the tests. And so I'm sitting there, I'm working on some more. The guy comes in, and he has an arm full of boards that he was bringing some more boards. When he walked in and heard the relay clicking and saw the lights working, green, yellow, red, and they was going through their cycle, it tripped him out so bad. This is a true story. Now, I don't have no reason to lie. It tripped him out so bad that he said, you do know how to fix them. And then when he said it, he just dropped the boards. All the boards he had in hand, they dropped, fell on the floor. But see, when he said that, you can hear the spirit come out of him that he really didn't believe it. But again, my conversation was too strong for him to just let me go. He just wanted to see if I could do it. When he walked in that room, he said, you do know how to repair them. There you go. He didn't believe me. Why? Because Israelis ain't used to black people doing that type of work because psychologically they've been stereotyped to believe that we just supposed to be cleaning up for them. That's why both occasions at the crane company, I'm operating these big heavy cranes, and he even said, hey, you know, the broom right there, I need to clean this up. He didn't say shalom, boker tov. He didn't say, who are you? What? The very first time that he saw me, that's what he said. Same thing in the building when I was going in the electronic communications specialist. He opened the door and said, you can get all your cleaning supplies in here. And I looked, I said, okay. And I turned and walked in the office. And they just back and forth, coming to see what is Negroes doing down there. And it's been like that for me ever since. It's not been a comfortable ride. I've met some cool Israelis that we don't have some real good friends, but just me as a person, they not my people. You know what I'm saying? They're not my culture. And I can't wait to roll up out of here and get back with my people. That's what's happening now. You know, don't you ever assimilate yourself in the midst of a whole bunch of strangers that have real negative, stereotypical thoughts about who you are as a person and would be scared of you and fear you based on some bullshit they done heard about you that's not true. I was in the grocery store just yesterday. This happened. Today is December 22nd, 2021. The time is 7:38 in the morning. And this happened yesterday, December 21. I was in this grocery store shopping. And again, I was the only soul brother. The one Ethiopian, it was two Ethiopian sisters in there. One was cleaning up and the other one was a shopper for their online orders. She running around the store getting stuff, putting it in the basket, you know what I'm saying? And then me. And so that was this shopping cart with a woman purse in it over there. Wasn't near me. I wasn't by it. And I came around the corner looking for the items I was searching for. And the Israeli woman looked and saw me, and she ran over there and grabbed that teacup out of the bag as if I was reaching in it, stealing her shit. Yes, she did. It was just, you know, that to me, that was actually a rare case of that. Generally, they don't be that just open, showing you that they distrust you. It'd be like a low-key type thing. But that chick right there, that was something, boy. She grabbed that cheek like I was over there trying to steal out of it. And that's all because of psychological programming, stereotyping that the black man is something to be feared. You know what I'm saying? And so she grabbed her purse. Man, it was crazy. And so, yeah, it's stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The black men experience all over the world. They do that shit in America. So no, it ain't a comfortable experience, you know. And so to be in Israel and people talking, you know, Hebrew, this our land, you know, we gonna take the land back. Look, man, look where I'm at right now. I'm rolling up on Gaza. All right, straight ahead right there, a bunch of meters is the city of Gaza. I'm on the lowest end down here by Egypt. Egypt is just to my left. All right. Now, you see all these trucks? They delivering supplies to the city of Gaza. This down here area where I'm at, named Kerem Shalom, is Gaza #1 shipping, receiving entry point. This is where they bring everything in and out of Gaza. Okay? And they got it on lock, you know, for the brothers and sisters to be, you know, claiming Israel as their land. Hallelujah. Ain't no problem. You claim it all you want. But until you get a gun, a bomb, a military, ain't nothing happening, partner. Ain't nothing happening. Ain't happening, cabinet. You know, because these people are serious about holding on to it. And that's the method that they use to keep it. Military might. You know, who can whoop the biggest ass, who can whoop the most ass, that's who get to tell the story. That's who get to run stuff. So people ask, why do you stay? Well, my 6 children now, all of them are grown. Baby girl just turned 18. She'll be doing the military. She'll start next year. And I got plans to travel out. I've had enough, being in a, land controlled by strangers, people that don't give a crap about you. And it's like this same place in America. I mean, don't think that, America. You see what's taking place in America, they letting black folks know again they don't give a flip about us. But it's best to struggle with your family, your people, than to be struggling in the midst of a bunch of strangers that don't give a flying flip about you. That's the point. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. So I'd rather be with my people, dealing with whatever we're going to deal with. You with your people, it's different. They can help you to manage whatever struggles and hardship you're going to deal with. Now you see this fence right here? That's it. That's the one that they have built around the entire city of Gaza. That fence right there, 7 meters high, high tension steel that you just can't cut it with a saw. You can't just drill it out. You know what I'm saying? Burn it up with a torch. That special steel they got. That wall is someplace 300 feet deep, 2 meters wide, solid steel, and it goes all the way around the entire city of Gaza, 25 miles. I'm at the lowest point. Straight ahead is Egypt. You see those 2 towers right there? Straight ahead is Egypt. To the right is Gaza. See all that fencing and everything? And then over here to the left is Israel. And this is what these guys is doing. This guy right here is Suriel. He's one of the managers down here. Came to fill up this equipment. So, yeah. It ain't never a time that a person is comfortable being around individuals that's not of his own race and family. You just deal with it as is, but that's just something you deal with. But anyway, I'm here, and it won't be long before I be gone, and I just be around my own people. That's all that goes. And like I said, I came here dealing with the Hebrew thing. That didn't work out the way, I would wanted it. So I went on about my business to do what I do, me and my family. And they all matured and were born and raised here. They know the land, language, culture. They comfortable. They done assimilated good. They went to school, did the military. They got connections and friends. And they gonna do their thing, But anyway, I'm going to jump out and deal with what I got to deal with. I appreciate you. Love you. And don't find yourself in the midst of a bunch of strange people that's not your family. Stick with your own family. And whatever kind of realities you have to deal with, at least you be comfortable with your own people. This has been your brother, Nubian King. I enjoyed it. Y'all take care.